Hey, thanks for clicking on my video. This one's going to be a little bit different as I'm going to narrate over it, kind of give some thoughts and insight on how the race went, how it was going, trail, conditions, etc. This was the Grassman Enduro in Chandlersville, Ohio, which was round 7 of the National Enduro Series. This was about a 13-hour drive for me, which is pretty average for the distance I have to drive for a national race. If you're already sick of my voice and just want to watch dirt bike riding, you can go to my channel. I'll have test 1 and test 2 posted for the Grassman Enduro. There were a lot of transfer section mileage for this race. I rode about 56 miles total on Sunday, and I think about 28 of that was transfer, but there was just no other way to do it with how all the tests were so spread out between everybody's property. That was just how they had to do it. So this is the start of test 1. I actually struggled quite a bit in this test. I made a ton of mistakes. I crashed a ton of times, but I still managed to bring home a test win. This place had a ton of elevation change, lots of off-camber stuff too, which I usually struggle pretty bad with. This place also had a bunch of exposed roots that actually got hidden by all the silt that was getting stirred up. So you come into a corner and it would just kind of take your front wheel out from underneath you if you weren't super careful. There were also a lot of poorly marked turns, especially since there were a lot of old trail, sometimes like a four-wheeler trail that you'd be following on the racetrack, and then you're still following the four-wheeler trail, but you don't see any more orange arrows. So I came across that a few times, and even after talking to a lot of the riders in between the tests, they were having the same problems too. This test was one of the more flowy tests of the day. It was pretty fun, but I definitely feel like I pushed a little bit too hard out of my comfort zone. It resulted in some pretty weird, crazy crashes, like this one. And this one. I didn't really have any big crashes the rest of the day. I just had a bunch of little kind of dumb tip overs that shouldn't have really happened. With test 2, I finally figured out how to just dial it back a little bit, ride a little smoother. Things started to get much tighter in test 2 and test 3. Test 3 was actually a bunch of new cut trails, so it was a little bit more difficult to navigate through. This here is test 3. You can see it's a lot tighter. I've slowed down a lot more. Honestly, I just really kind of suck at this tight stuff like this, but the more I practice, the better I get. So just gotta practice more. I got second in this test as well. I was really surprised when I came out the end of the test. I was thinking I did pretty rough. Mostly because I was struggling a bit, having a lot of weird little crashes like this, just laying the bike down, losing some time. This was just one of those weird little hidden routes in a turn that I just didn't see. I know it's pretty weird to talk to myself sometimes, but hey, don't knock it till you try it. It's not for everybody, but it honestly kind of helps me convince myself I'm doing all right, even though I really feel like I'm struggling. The dust really wasn't as bad as we all expected it to be. I'm on a row with a bunch of other really fast riders, and there's a bunch of fast riders around me as well, so when they're ready to pass me, they're here and then they're gone, and I don't ever have to really deal with any dust. I won my Test 4, but I don't have any GoPro video of it. My GoPro usually dies around mid-Test 3, so just use your imagination. Test 4 was actually the fastest test of the day. It was my favorite, absolutely. And I think Test 5 was pretty fast, but I don't do 5 or 6. I'm technically a C class rider, so I only have to do 4 tests. I was planning on doing Test 5 just for the fun of it, but I just ended up being so tired after Test 4, I was just done for the day. That's it for this race. If you liked this video, please like it and let me know in the comments if you'd like to see another one of these videos for the next race. I really enjoyed doing this, and hopefully the next one can be a little bit more interesting. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you at the next race. Bye!